Hey everybody, this is Delta 69 Alpha for Paw Productions. Today I'm going to show you some, well actually we're going to just talk about dehydrating food, self-dehydrating our food. Right here is a dehydrator. This is an American Harvest Snack Master. I've had it for a long time. As you can see, it's kind of faded and nasty kind of looking. Been around the block. We're doing some pears and some beef jerky, and you can use dehydrated food for your short term, or if you get it down to your moisture content. I want to say I got the number 15% moisture is the key number there, but I'm not 100%. Go ahead and check on it. But I usually don't store any of my self-dehydrated foods for long-term purposes. Just for short-term, like even the jerky, I'll turn around and put it in the refrigerator afterwards, or put it in jars with an O2 absorber for a few months to maybe no longer than 3 months. We'll go through it pretty quick. But I'm going to show you what I got going in here and the end result, and we're also going to do some other food items in a dehydrator. For backpacking or for your bobs, instead of dropping all the money for Mountain House, you can actually dehydrate your meals ahead of time and then reconstitute them with water, hot water, on the trail or in camp when you have a chance, or even while you're on the go. And we'll go over that later as well. But right now I got some pears in here. They're a little bit brown because we did a real big batch yesterday, and this was what was left over sitting in the refrigerator. But what you do is you want to cut them pretty thin. Let me get one up here. Probably no, of course it wants to find me. Probably about like that. So you don't want to go any thicker than 1/4 of an inch. The smaller the better. Pretty much after you cut them, put them in with some lemon juice to keep them, of course, from browning, but overnight it doesn't help them any. They go pretty quick, like apples too. But you want to cut them, you want to space them out so there's room on them. This is I only have 3 trays for this, and in the bottom tray I actually have it's a plastic tray that's solid, for that way you can do, like we'll show some foods later, like liquids, and or like when you do to make your own fruit roll-ups, more or less. But this unit right here has an temperature adjustment. I used to have one a long time ago that all you did was turn it on, and then you had to go and just keep track of the time-wise. These pears go pretty quick. You're looking at excuse me, you're looking at just over probably about 1.5 hours, 2 hours, and they get pretty leathery and good to go for your short-term stuff. Like I say, if you're going to do this for long-term, go online and find out what the correct moisture content is. Try to get them down as low as you can. Personally, I look at the drier the better. Then you can put them in, like I said, you can take your little mason jars, put them in there, put your food grade desiccant in there, a little tiny, maybe like a 100cc oxygen absorber, twist it on, and you'll be good to go for a while. Experiment with it. I know there's people out there now that are dehydrating their own stuff, and they're having a lot of success with it. Me, like I said, I mostly do it for the short term, for backpacking or just for snacks, like I'm going to show, like we're doing now. But anyway, this will, 1.5 hours, 2 hours, your end result will come out like this. Alright, you can see it's really leathery and really thin. It's real hard to break apart, and that's what you want. It'll feel like dry rawhide, more or less. The thicker pieces, they'll still feel the same. Like I said, depending on how thick you cut them is how long they're going to have to dry. But if you're going to do it for anything, like I said, for long term, go ahead and get it as dry as you can. The same thing with the jerky. Talk about that for a second. I don't have anything to show you right now because we did it all last night. But this is one bag of it. You want to do the same. A good thing is you try to get the leanest cut of meat you can get. Less fat the better. The more fat in it, the quicker it's going to go rancid on you. And that's why I said normally I'll put it in this bag, squeeze all the air, and throw it in the refrigerator. And then we'll just snack on it over the course of a few months. Or whenever we have camping trips, we'll use them. You don't have to have all the fat off. It just helps within a couple days. If you're gonna, let's say you're going camping in a few days, 2-3 days ahead of time, you make your jerky, you'll be fine. But what you want to do, is a hint to help you with that, is turn around and take your meat, put it in your freezer until it starts to solidify a little bit or freeze up. Turn around and cut it. It'll be so much easier to cut it. You're going to want to cut it this probably just like the pears. You want to be about 1/4 of an inch. I want it to go no thicker than 1/4 of an inch. It takes a lot longer for the dehydrator to do the meats. You can season the meat any way you want. You can chunk it right in here, plain as day. Or, for example, the stuff we did, we used soy sauce, Worcestershire, some table salt, excuse me, some Tony C's Cajun seasoning, and some habanero hot sauce. And then I dripped in half a beer and some lemon juice. Let it sit for a day and a half and put it on here. Usually it takes anywhere from 4 to 8 hours to get the 1/4 inch cuts pretty much dehydrated. With this, your temperature is usually about $1.60, I think. About $1.50, $1.60 Fahrenheit for that whole time. Like I said, if you're wanting to do it for longer, get the leanest cut of meat you can, cut it 1/4 of an inch or thinner, and sorry, tongue-tied there, and let it run until you're sure. You want to make sure you get all the moisture out of it. The drier it is, the longer it's going to last. And you can pack it the same way. You can put it in the mason jars with the food grade deskins and the O tubes over to make it last a little bit longer if you wanted to. Again, it's all relative on how thick you cut it, the moisture content of the food, and how you've prepped it. But we're going to let this run here for a bit. This will probably be about 2 video series, because we're already coming up on the 8-minute mark. But we'll run this. We'll show you what these get done, even though I've already showed you some. Show you what they look like when they get done, and then we're going to toss some other food on here, maybe a chili or some pastas and stuff for the backpacking type meals I was talking about. And we'll go over that more too, so that way you'll see that instead of dropping the big money on the mountain houses and stuff, you can actually make your own, save some money, and you're still saving a lot of weight because it's pre-packed food. Alright, so stay tuned for part 2, and I'm going to get this going right here, and we'll see you in a few hours.